All right, quick post-fight thoughts to Chris Billiam-Smith versus Mateusz Masternak. Um, what was that ending? You know, honestly, right, first round, no feeling out, which is good. Don't Chris Billiam-Smith is normally in very good fights. I mean, you'd be very hard pushed to find a fight with Chris Billiam-Smith where he's not in an entertaining fight. He is one of those guys where he doesn't need to feel an opponent out. He's throwing big shots early on. He can be a bit lackadaisical with his defense. I would say the only bad fight he's ever been in was not his fault. Was the Lawrence Okoli fight. We all know what Okoli is like. But and this fight comes out quick. Masternak's always been useful. He's always been a useful fighter. Apparently this was his first world title shot, which is crazy to think because he's always been around that level, you know, kind of fringe or in around world level. I mean, he was probably in his peak when the cruiserweight division was at its absolute best, where you had Usyk as the champion, Briedis, Kasiev, Dorticos, amongst others. I'm probably forgetting people as well. So, you know, he was kind of good, but not as good as those guys. And over the years, like, he's obviously 36 years old now. He's had a lot of fights. I think he's had over 50 fights now. So I kind of thought, okay, he's not going to be able to sustain any real pressure from Billiam-Smith. He's not going to be able to fight at the tempo Billiam-Smith fights at. A variety of reasons he was going to lose this fight, I envisioned. Well, he was winning this fight for my money. Chris Billiam-Smith, you could argue I felt he won the first round, but, you know, some shots were landed by Masternak. But from that point in up until the 7th round, it was all Masternak. I mean, it was literally all Masternak. You could argue that he was buzzing Billiam-Smith in there. He was boxing well. He was catching him with shots. Billiam-Smith strikes me as a consummate professional. And he strikes me as someone who would always prepare for his opponent. You know, he'd do his due diligence with the opponent. He'd always prepare for him. But it almost looked like in this fight, Billiam-Smith was expecting someone worse. Even though Masternak is not a bad fighter, but it looked like he was expecting a jaded fighter who he could just be like, you were good once, but see you later. And he didn't get that. And it was shocking him because he was getting hit a lot in there. You know, Isaac Chamberlain was commenting on the fight that, you know, looking at Masternak, you could see the veteran moves he knows. You can see what he's picked up. And it's like stuff that I really should have done in my fight with Chris Billiam-Smith. I didn't do. Masternak is doing. And he's having success with it. By the midway stage, I think it was by the 6th round, Matthew Macklin, and Matthew Macklin is not a particularly good scorer of fights. His scorecards tend to be all over the place, but normally he would try, if he can, give it to the house fighter. He only gave Billiam-Smith 1 round, which was the first round, and I agree with that. You know, Masternak boxing very well, doing what he needed to do, landing shots on Billiam-Smith, and then in the 7th round, Billiam-Smith steps on the gas a little bit more, lands a couple of body shots in there, you know, appears to hurt Masternak, and, you know, 7th round ends, you think, okay, you know, it's still a long way to go. Chris Billiam-Smith, you know, he's not down 7 rounds or anything like that. You know, he can still win this fight. Billiam-Smith is up, and then the referee goes over to Team Masternak's corner and waves it off, and you're sat there like, I'm sorry? What have I missed here? Was he injured? And he's motioning towards his ribs. And look, I've never broken a rib. I was actually away last week, and one of the guys in the bar I was in said that he broke a rib or cracked a rib during the week. And yeah, it's painful, but you soldier through it. A doctor he'll just be like, just you know, it'll heal. You know, and look, easy for me to say that. I'm not the one in there, but really, the first world title shot you may have ever gotten. You're 36 years old, unlikely to get another one. You're ahead in this fight, and that's it. Now, straight away, I'm seeing people say, how much money did Shalom pay? And to be honest with you, I'm not someone who would rush out and say a fight, oh, that fight's fixed or that fight fixed. You know, some people, you get people saying every fight's fixed, you know. The house fighter didn't win. That's because it's a fix, because they want to do the rematch. You know, people look for fixes everywhere, but that was dodgy as hell, what I seen in there. That looked dodgy. Right, a fight again. Masternak is someone who's a very tough, durable guy. He's known for he has a big heart. You know, in the fight he had against Bellew, he was hurt bad in that 12th round, but he kept swinging, he kept going. I know you could say, gee, it was a 12th round, it was done after that. Yeah, true, but you know, nevertheless, it was a close fight. He was in that fight with Tony Bellew all them years ago, and he fought all the way to the end. In this fight here, that was for a European title. This is a world title fight. He's arguably winning the fight comfortably by a couple of rounds, and then this just doesn't make any sense. You know, look, fighters have fought on with broken hands. Some fighters have gone with, you know, orbital bones all over the place. You know, cracked ribs, etc., etc. You know, Darren Barker, didn't he get a rib cracked or something like that early in his fight with was it Daniel Gill, when he got dropped with that body shot and he fought on and he won the fight? It happens. I just find it very... that was so weird. It caught everyone by surprise, Billiam-Smith included. And you look at that and you think, okay, what's going on here? You know, Ben Shalom is... Ben Shalom is something, all right, and I wouldn't put anything past that guy. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't put absolutely anything past that guy. That guy would sell his own mother, I would imagine, if he thought it would make him a quick buck. That guy is just... I wouldn't trust him to tell me the right time in a room full of clocks. That was so strange, that stoppage. Honestly, just that was such a strange stoppage. You know, again, you're one shot at a title. You're 36 years old, unlikely to get another one. You're arguably winning the fight. You know you're in control. Gone? No. Surely you would, at least, especially if it's not something that happened early on, if it looks likely it happened just in that round gone, surely you say, okay, let's see how we get on this round and see what happens, see how I feel. If it's, you know, maybe give it another round. You just watching that and you're just like, what? What the hell happened? Yeah, I expected to be doing a review. I expected to be saying Billiam-Smith won. I sort of did semi-expect to be saying he stopped Masternak, but not like this. Crazy. So yeah, I will leave you with that, people. Let me know your thoughts. Strange one. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed it, people. Smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. For now, before this phone dies, I will talk to you. Peace.